My microphone is doing weird things though, so I had to use the microphone on my webcam, and it's weird and sensitive when it comes to certain like little things. So, where's my little knife? I have 2 more booster boxes and the 2 Planeswalker decks. I'm going to start with the Planeswalker decks just to get them out of the way. I have not opened a single Fatal Push today. It's been terrible. I opened a Tezzeret earlier. Like the first time I opened these last time, I was so confused because they put the booster packs in the deck box. I didn't know where to find them. So I have to sleeve these up later to take them to the store in case anybody comes to play Standard tonight and doesn't have a deck. Like, these decks are really awesome for teaching new players. Like, they're more competitive than the intro decks were. And they have like a better EV than the intro decks did too, because the Planeswalkers cards are pretty good value. We haven't made them terrible yet. So, but then you have to teach them about Planeswalkers right off the bat, which you didn't have to do with the intro decks, but that's okay. I wish I had understood Planeswalkers earlier when I started playing Magic than I did. They were like this big mystery thing where, like, I basically, anytime somebody played a Planeswalker, I just assumed the game was over because I didn't know how to kill it. And I didn't know, like, how they worked. And then as soon as I started playing them, I got it. But for a while there, I just thought they were evil. Well, speaking of Planeswalkers, got a Tezzeret right off the bat. So we'll take it, huh? Like, I usually get... Got a Hans. Is there a Franz? Nope. I usually have better pulls out of the intro decks and Planeswalker packs than any sealed product that I buy, interestingly enough. Doesn't matter where the decks come from a big box store or the LGS, Yahenni's Expertise. Another Hans. I love the Winding Constrictor, the Snick. So that's how, like, these decks are kind of how I got into Standard. Was I had got some decks or some, I don't know, some intro packs, and I opened them and there were 2 Gideons. Like, I'd never even really considered playing Standard because that was like right after cons when everything was so expensive and I was a terrible Magic player. Then I opened these Gideons and I was like, I guess I should like probably try to build a deck with these, and it's been like all the things ever since. A SRAM, Senior Edificer. 1 and a white for a 2/2 legendary creature Dwarf Advisor. Whenever you cast an aura, equipment, or vehicle spell, draw a card. So, I'm seeing in the chat that it's an uncommon misprint on the side, but it's basically a mythic in appearance, right? That explains a lot. So that means that I should be getting one in one of these boxes at the rate that I'm going, huh? There were no masterpieces earlier. Pretty decent foils. There's a foil rare and a foil mythic. Those are uncommons and common foils, and a Tezzeret and 3 other mythics in the first 46 packs that I did. So I've been sitting on these boxes for a couple weeks because I was waiting until I had a computer to open them. There's a foil filigree crawler. Merchant's Dockhand. I think this is my first one of these. It's an artifact creature for 1. Construct 3 in a blue and tap it. You can tap X untapped artifacts you control and look at the top X cards of your library. Put one of them into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. So, like, if they printed it on the uncommon sheet, how did it end up being so rare? Like, did they do it on purpose? Was it intentional? Rishkar's expertise. Like, how did they make it end up in the packs the right way, I guess is my question. Like, because, I don't know. I think it would be super cool to go to WotC and, like, see how they make all these things work. I'm sure, like, it's some trade secret or whatever. But I'm fascinated by this. Like, how do they make... If they make a mistake like that and misprint, how do they make it Solemn Recruit? How do they make it work out in the packaging? Like, is it they just give you like a bonus mythic for the set in the uncommon slot? Another SRAM. I don't know what I'm playing in game day yet. I'm thinking I'm just going to do black-white control some more. See what everybody else is playing. Everybody's into this green-black counters, which I can't say anything about because that's what my first night of pre-release, that's what I played. And it was awesome. Scrap Trawler. I played somebody that was playing green-black for Frontier last week, and I beat them. So, I mean, Frontier's just awesome, though. And you can do other things. Life Crafter's Bestiary. Got a Consulate Dreadnought. But, yep, the snake deck. I was like super excited about that after pre-release, and now that everybody's playing it, I don't like to play the decks that everybody's playing because I hate mirror matches. Battle at the Bridge. I have like a gazillion of that card. I feel like it is... It's a Crazy Cat Lady card. Hate that card. That's the other deck I refuse to play. It is the Crazy Cat Lady combo. Just don't like it. Anyway, if I had a fatal push for every battle of the bridge at the bridge that I've pulled, I'd be happy. Because I've pulled probably 7 of those, and I haven't even opened that many of the set. Whir of Invention. Earlier, I kept bragging about this card, but this Foundry Hornet, like, I love the art on this card. It's Christopher Muller. I don't know how to say that combination of vowels. Sorry. I like it. I'm not a big fan of stinging flying insects like by nature because ow. But Green Wheel Liberator. I have to get a better chair. Sorry for the noise. I need to get one of those fancy padded chairs. I'm sitting in like a kitchen table chair right now and it is not comfortable. The one, like, ooh, a foil planes. A free jam regent. The one, like, shortcoming of this computer is, in fact, the, computer, like, camera that's built in. So I have to get a different front-facing camera. Quicksmith Rebel. But otherwise, this computer is pretty awesome. Like, it makes the resolution on the camera I did have is a lot better. That little camera has some issues too because it doesn't. I had to like rubber band it to like a tripod for a normal camera because I don't have a way to mount it. Aether Sphere Harvester. Anyway, that really like controls how high up it has to be and everything. I can't really adjust it like I'd like to. So there are a couple of issues to work through, but I've almost got kind of all of the hardware issues resolved, I think. And so then I can kind of start focusing on some lights. And I got to figure out a way. Ooh, finally, Herald of Anguish. Got my first mythic out of this box. But then I can kind of start focusing on that. And then I'll start doing more like videos. And I got to figure out... oh, I see. You're being sarcastic. You are a troll, huh? Forget about that sometimes. Mechanized production. So there's the second mythic. Still haven't opened a Fatal Push though. I totally forgot what I was going to... Oh. Anyway, I gotta find a good video editing software. Rishkar. So, if you have any experience in these things, or have any recommendations for good software, I am totally technologically like disinclined for the last decade or so. So, I am always taking suggestions for what can make my life better and easier. Walking ballista. Seriously. I mean, I have a whole playset of Fatal Pushes, but there's a guy at the store that's like always begging to buy them. So I don't think we have any in the case. The store needs them. Quicksmith Spy. Some of these cards are like more difficult to pronounce than they ought to be. Maybe like Quicksmith nor Spy are difficult words to say on their own. There's 2 or 3 in this set that are tongue twisters. So, Consulate Crackdown. We're basically just hoping for a masterpiece at some point. If we can't get a masterpiece, we'll sure take a Fatal Push. I need to start like a board like the last... This many packs have been cracked. Secret Salvage. Since the last Fatal Push. There's another snake. Glint sleeve siphoner. Because like right now we're at 2 boxes without a single fatal push. We're halfway through this box, so Pima, Aether Revolt. Oh, that's a Yahenni's expertise. Nope. Foil negate. I don't have a negate from this set at all. I don't think. Well, I'm sure I do because it's common, but that's kind of fancy. Nope. Foil Aether Sphere Harvester. It's our 4th foil. Another green belt Rampager. No fatal push. Anyway, so at some point I've been doing these videos so I could have content to learn how to like edit stuff together and practice effects on. Got a Renegade Rallier. That one's not easy to say either. Renegade Rallier. And a Heart of Kirin, which is ridiculous and probably should just go ahead and get banned. Sadly, and I hate to say that. And no fatal push. So now we're up to 5 foils, it looks like, and 3 mythics. An Aether Sphere Harvester. And no fatal push, but another one of those cool hornets. Like, it's really hard for me to spend money on things besides booster boxes and packs because I really enjoy cracking packs. There are a lot of cards and sets that I want to open before I die. And so, like, spending money on stuff that's not, like, magic cards. That was a Deadeye Harpooner. I do not like the whales and the harpoons being in the same set. Like, just because as a kid, I grew up watching this thing called Voyage of the Mimi in the Gifted and Talented program. And it was about whales. But whatever. It is what it is. Anyway, I got a little distracted there. Yahenni. So, ooh, look! Finally got a fatal push. We have like 9 packs left in this box. So that would be 27 plus, so 31 plus 46. It took us 77 packs to open a single fatal push. That's nuts. Just set that right here, I guess. 77 packs. Anyway. There was a reason I was talking about like hating to spend money on stuff besides the packs, and now I've forgotten what it was. Oh, now I remember. So the worst part about got another foil. It's just a boundary assembler. Another assembly worker. And there's another snake. But the whole thing was, when I went to the GP, like, it was my first GP, and I wasn't prepared for, like, all the cool stuff that the artists had. Aid from the Cowl. And there was, ornithopter, so much cool stuff. And I love so much of the art from this set for just different reasons. It's stuff I would, like, as far as fantasy art goes, like, I understand where, it's not what a lot of people prefer. It's not what a lot of people expected, but there are a lot of pieces that I just, like, I would actually like just to have them on my wall. I just like the colors. Inspiring statuary. But it's like, I want all these cool cards, then I want all of this cool art to put on the wall. But you can't play the art. So, anyway. Someday when I've made it. Midnight Entourage. Now maybe I could pull some masterpieces. I could trade them in for some money. Buy me some art. Planar Bridge. That's the third one of those I pulled today. So I almost have a play set of those now. Maverick Thopterist. And an Oath of a Johnny. Ooh, I should have brought something to drink in here. Dark Intimations. Barrel's Expertise. Disallow. Another Ornithopter. Okay, so that is 2 boxes. So 72 plus another 14 packs today. 86 packs, and we have pulled 1 Fatal Push out of all 86 packs. This is fascinating to me. I don't even know how that happens. So let me get those out of the way. Last box. So I had to take a long break from doing any like serious pack cracking, but I have like 5 huge videos planned out. Like I have 3 videos that are planned that are like around 100 packs a piece, just alone. But then I gotta start like figuring out what I'm gonna crack. I do have a kind of a horde of pack. Everybody's like, oh, it's gonna, like, Marshall's gonna like cry with, you know, all the pain from those being cracked. But it's really his fault that I didn't crack half of these packs already, because for a while I would like invite people over to like do sealed and draft after events. There's a Foil Island. That's really pretty, actually. And then like people do, some people don't know how to act right and then ruin it for everybody. So I used to do the whole, oh, don't crack a pack unless you're gonna play it thing. And then so I built with all of these other older sealed packs and everything that wasn't in standard anymore. I built like draft kits, and I'm sitting here looking at them right now. They're on this shelf. There's hundreds of packs and these draft kits and sealed kits that I made. Like, and I would just like grab this little draft kit and then head to lunch and make people play with me. Like I would teach people, and it was good times. So like I have a lot of packs that need to get cracked, but I'll have to like order some stuff, and I haven't decided what kind of angle to go with on the ordering thing. Like, I guess I should see how many I have and then how much I want to spend on the rest of the packs to get the 2017. And then I got to plan accordingly. Another Aether Sphere Harvester. Still just one Fatal Fish. Like, naturally, I'll order Aetherwind Basker. Got another. That would be the first mythic out of this box. I usually, like, I'm sure of the Modern Masters, if I get a box, I'll only get one box of the next Modern Masters. But I usually get 3 boxes of every release. So, you know, Amonkhet, and then Hour of Devastation. Is that the one after that? Yahenni. So that there'll be those that I just naturally get, you know, and then I'll have to probably feed into the collection a little more. Disallow. Free Jam Regent. Had one of those earlier. Like, it's almost easier to get any rare than it is to get that Fatal Fish uncommon. Alright, after this pack, I'm going to take a little break, get a drink, and I will be back. Oh, Vengeful Rebel. Indomitable Creativity. So there's our Christmas colors for Mythics now. And still no Fatal Push. So on that note, I am going to go get a drink really quick because I literally cannot form words. And I'm going to be back shortly. And I will tweet the link again when I reconnect.